that at the point of time is exactly the same time in the business. He's certainly getting himself a little bit out of shape over the
obviously worked. That's where he got his 10 seconds from. And also it's affected Marcus' dog, because Marcus had a huge blowout and the actual car blew and destroyed part of the car as well, which is why he lost the odd 45 seconds. And Roger Duckworth
last year, because on that occasion Mark Broomfield was too busy with all his lawnmowers and his farm.
He's done well to get somebody like that.
I think we are.
He took time out of Duckworth on this, but only to Steve Perez in the multicoloured VK vodka kit car, currently lying 5th place, and he's got a really good battle with Matthew Wilson, and 4 seconds down on 3rd place overall in the new Focus.
Yes, he doesn't want to be beaten by a man who's basically young enough for him to be his father, obviously.
Almost grandfather.
Yeah, but Steve Perez has come on so well this season, Mike. You know, we saw him here last year when he just got this car for the first time, and frankly he was quite slow, but he really is pushing. Yeah, the two Focuses in the same specification as well, running 2002 spec cars.
David Mann, our next visit. Matthew Wilson with Scott Martin. And you can see how rough it's getting now with something like 140 odd cars come through here, Ben. Matthew driving very sensibly. He hasn't got himself into a battle today. He wants to get a finish and learn these stages ready for the Rally to Great Britain, which he's doing.
Absolutely. Young man, of course, started his motorsport career as a racing driver. Always wanted to be a rally driver, but couldn't do that because he wasn't old enough to drive on the road.
Yes, but he's been doing. I think it's about his 8th actually, but he's very neat and tidy. But he is committed, isn't he? You can tell out are listening. Now here we have the high and dive Steve Petch, out of order. So no, in order, rather. 6th position. Not challenging, but he has got a hard-charging Martin Sanson behind him, and he won't want Martin to get in front of him because that's a Group N car.
Absolutely. Well, we seem to have lost Rory Gallagher from that group. Rory Gallagher was in fact leading Group N earlier on, and Rory must have had a punctures running well down the field, because at the previous stage I didn't see him, and I saw the first 20 cars.
Some consolation. He nearly always has the same pattern of events. He comes out of the box flying, first stage, and then it goes downhill from there. His stage time this morning was brilliant, this big battle, and of course hasn't had the luck with his puncher. Here's Steve Petch. So, just, sorry, 6, isn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place, but a minute and a half off the pace.
The other Hyundai in the rally, that started the rally, Craig Middleton, was off on the very first stage, got going again but had a radiator problem and never came out of the first stage. Craig Middleton did start the rally, winner of the previous round of this Kumho Championship.
He isn't, it's a very close battle, but he's only down in 3rd place behind Paul Wedgbury and Martin Sanson.
Very close indeed, and you'd expect Jeff Jones to be there. It was Rally GB, and he's not a man that knows these stages at all, but going very well.
So he's used to a little bit of the rough, but not, I wouldn't say the distance of these stages. And in Northern Ireland, a 15-mile stage is probably the whole event. But a serious piece of kit, I gather.
Very serious. I think they will send you an invoice for about £400,000 for that very motor car there.
In to see.
He's probably another of these Irishmen that digs a lot of holes in the road. We've got Ollie O'Donovan, we've seen in this championship in the past.
He won this car for winning the Evolution Challenge last year, and he has his long-time co-driver Steve was really good at the back end of the 80s and early 90s. Then he gave up to go back to go back to Ireland to do a bit of work, and got some money out and came back, and he hasn't lost it, has he? He's really shown it, but he has got this battle on this.
The first 2 rounds of this championship, he just walked away with Group N, wanted to walk away, had a big battle with Jeff Jones.
Wide, very, very wide. But Jeff tries like heck, doesn't he? Is that Jeff?
Yes, it's certainly is. And it runs some development bits on.
It's good to see him back after his accident, isn't it?
Yeah, he was knocked down, he was servicing, was knocked down by a spectator's car, I believe. Or, I don't know, taking more air than anybody else. Yeah, Jeff Jones, really. Bob Keene's the next one we see in his Subaru. Now, this is a car with a great history, used on the Network Q Rally, I think, in 1994.
And Bob's lying down in about 15th place. We haven't got the stage times from 5 yet, but after 4 he was in 15th place and 5th in the class.
Not where we expect to see him. We expect to see Bob well inside the top 10 with his car.
Just one day.
Maybe he could. So that car's run by Martin Sporrell's Auto Sportif, as is Roger Duckworth's car. I think it made it through stage 1 and that was it.
Is it? Yes, that's
on the previous stage and lost a lot of time. No, it's not Gavin actually.
It's Martin Sanson.
There's a lot of these red Mitsubishis.
It's very confusing, isn't it?
Get the binoculars out and we might be able to tell which is which. But
Martin Sanson having a really good battle with Paul Wedgbury. Just 3.9 seconds down with one stage to go. Martin, of course, was a...
And here is Martin Harrison in the Metro. He's been having a nightmare season as well with his car, be fast. And this is a really nice motor car. Sort of state of the art as far as Metros are concerned. And it's had all kinds of silly problems this season, the occasional off as well.
Yeah, he struggled on the long one stage. On the short one it wasn't too bad, but on the 2 long stages he lost 2 of the time. And he's flying well here. They don't like getting out of shape, those. Paul Wedgbury in 8th place overall, not so far behind our friend from Ireland, Kevin Lynch, which for a Group N car is exceptionally good.
These cars have got so much sophistication on these days, Group N cars. They've got a lot closer to WRC cars, but they still don't have the same sort of brakes. You still have to be a little...
Water.
It'll come to me in a minute.
Yes, yes. I'll think of that. John
Lee.
Yes. Nick Elsmore in the Hydrex car. Nick having a so-so overall and about 4th or 5th.
I think Nick will be happy with this. He had a huge shunt on the opening round. Well, he's not the opening round of this championship, but the opening round of the BTRDA championship. Massive accident, and he's been sort of coming back from that ever since. Man from the Forest of Dean. Works for the Midland Electricity Board. It's probably called something else these days.
With a shine repairing.
Van Hire, yeah. Second generation rally driver, of course. Father Graham, former member of the British Leyland team, used to rally of TRA. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo.
That's 26. In which case, it's Philip Morrow from Northern Ireland with brother Simon.
Emma Morrows has been doing this championship for all year. Had some problems with insurance earlier on when Philip, too young to drive on the road, and very nearly off, my God.
And I think we've got going back down the field a little bit. It looks to me as though we've got to just confirm that when I can see it very clearly. Should be car 14, I would think. And indeed this is car number 6, which is David Mann, running very, very late.
I'll hand the mic back here to the main man, Mike Broad.
Yeah, David will be very pleased to finish. Can you have a little look at that microphone and see what happens? He's mixing it well with the Group N boys. Sounds gorgeous, doesn't it? In A6 he's leading his class by a mile because there isn't too many other competitors, but he's just broken into the top 20, which is exceptionally good for a two-wheel drive car.
Yes, he has. He has driven this car in the past. He's driven on the sports car previously. I think it's in an RED Clio.
Yes, it is.
Very different machine to what we're used to seeing in the British Championship, but it sounds absolutely fantastic.
By some 0.6 of a second, so that could change on this stage. Is that 24? It's 14.
So yet another blue Subaru coming
This could be Phil Morgan.
into view, and this is I think this is Phil Morgan.
Absolutely, it is in the Pirelli back car. Running very late, Andrew.
Something.
Well, it certainly seems all right now, but we saw this in one of the junior categories in the Clubman's that the winner, the leader, was coming through about 15 minutes late, but you hadn't lost. which is Jack Cook and Michael Cook from Leeds. Car 43, the Gwyn Speed car of Ed Stallard and John Yude. That's a Evo 6 from the Cheltenham area. Ed's down in 27th place at the moment. We will not be able to give you the final results whilst we're on the air here, I don't think. If when you get home you go onto the website of ANCRO.info, then you will get the full results as they final tonight about 8 o'clock. They'll go straight onto the website. So if you want to have a look and see where all your favourites are, get onto the ANCRO website tonight. Whilst we see car 40, that's